So I wanted to teach you a quick little scale. It's a very simple scale to play on the cello, so I think it's great for beginners. It's a G major here, so we're going to start on the second lowest string, which is G. And so try and play, we're going for bell tones. We call that because it sounds as if you're like hitting a bell, and then it just kind of vibrates and dies off, right? So we go. In order to do that, we want nice, smooth bows that are staying parallel to our bridge the entire time they're going, right? There we go. And we want to be somewhere between here and here on our strings. Too close to the bridge and you get a very wiry sound. Too far away and you have the chance to hit other strings. So this is that sweet spot about right here. So we're going to start on G. We'll work our way up. Next note is A with our first finger. Then we go to our third finger, B. C natural is fourth finger. D. And then E, which is our first finger. Third finger, F sharp, and G, which is our fourth finger. Then we work our way down. And so I want to talk about our hand shape for a moment. Imagine that in your hand is a ball, right? So hold like a softball or a baseball and you get a very spherical shape in your hand, right? If it's imaginary here, right? You see it? It's a ball. So that same shape is what we want to use for our left hand with a nice relaxed thumb. See how the curve is this way, like a C? That's a relaxed thumb. If our curve is inwards like this, almost like we're making a duck bill, that's not relaxed. And that's going to end up hurting our hands in the future or later on, or even right then. So we want a very relaxed hand. I also like to tell students, imagine you're a zombie, right, with a very limp wrist. And that will pretty much give you both hand shapes you need for your bow, as well as your fingers, your left hand. So just nice, relaxed, limp wrists there. That's what we're going for. So we're going to try it one more time, and we'll do it together. We'll start G to our first finger, A. And if you don't get the note quite right away, it's totally okay. What we're doing here with our left hand is we're listening with our ears and then trying to adjust really quick to make sure that that note is right. So I can do it kind of in a slower process so you hear it a little better. If we're going to that first note, which is to the second note, which is G to A, we go. You hear how I kind of slid it to find that note? So just get used to that feeling, right? And having a loose thumb will really help your fingers move around on the fingerboard. And use your ear to find the note. So tip I like to tell students when they're practicing scales especially is find a drone. There's plenty you can find on the internet. They're not drones that fly around in the air or anything. These are drones that you can find that just play one note consistently. So this is G. I don't know if you can hear it. And then compare each note to that. I'll go ahead and put that drone away. And then I just want to talk briefly about scales and their function, right? So we use scales throughout music, and sometimes they won't show up in songs or pieces exactly as you practice them. But the notes of a certain key which we'll talk about later, the notes in one scale will typically be throughout a song if that song is in the same key. So it's helpful to know the scale because it kind of gives you an idea for how the song fits together or how the notes fit together in the song. I like to practice scales before and after any sort of practice session because it really warms up your hands. Your left hand and really long, smooth bows with them will get your right arm feeling nice and natural with the instrument. So, yeah. Feel free to rewind any of this video to practice along.